снова матч Германия-Румыния, который проходит параллельно. И голландцы перед этим туром занимают место номер 3. У них 2 очка, у Румынии 4, у Германии 4. Без очков сборная Венгрии. Хозяева из группы уже точно не выйдут, но зато могут испортить настроение голландцам. Если их победят, матч Германия-Румыния не будет иметь значения, даже если просто отберут у голландцев. Параллельного матча, то сборная Германии имеет 4 очка не на первом месте, Румыния на втором тоже 4 очка, только по дополнительным показателям эта команда идет на второй позиции. Здесь может сложиться уникальная ситуация в группе, когда между тремя командами придется считать разницу забитых и пропущенных мячей. То есть такой маленький мини-турнир. И вот тут уже вступают такие важные моменты, как победа одной команды над другой с определенным счетом. У голландцев 2 ничьи. Они были добыты в играх с фаворитами. 2 раза по 1-1 с Германией и Румынией. Ну а что касается сборной Венгрии, то они выступают неудачно. Только 1 забитый мяч в ворота румынской сборной и целых 5 пропущенных, потому что от Германии венгры получили 3 безответных мяча. Вот так все это выглядит. И стартовый свисток арбитра из Швейцарии.
Gaining entrance into the national stadium, because I can tell you DR Congo, they are yet to qualify. Of course, they failed to qualify. South Africa, they are nowhere to be found, but we have the Super Eagles of Nigeria here. We already qualified 2 games before.
Cue commentary.
Well, it's been both teams are coming to this fixture in contrasting fortunes. Nigeria with a stoppage time winner in Port Novo against Benin Republic, which confirmed their tag as group winners. Lesotho bravely held Sierra Leone to a scoreless draw in Maseru. A packed house is always guaranteed whenever this team, clad in all green, play here in Lagos. But COVID-19 safety guidelines mean that most of the fans would have to follow this particular encounter somewhat of a send-forth on television. The captain, Trus Akang, and Basia Pakepe of Lesotho. Promises to be quite a contest, even if the Eagles already know that destination Cameroon 2022 is certain. For Lesotho, the intention is always to get one past arguably the best playing football team on the African continent. A referee for this encounter is a man who hails from Cape Verde. Eduardo will be assisted by compatriots Jorge Semedo Hilio, as Delgado Fernandez, Wilson Jorge, and Antonio Manuel Fortes, Tony Rodriguez. May on commentary duties this sunny evening here in the city of Lagos. Football finally returns today.
Emmanuel, team, I do not know if at all we should roll out the carpet. If I have 10,000 nothing caliphate horses galloping in my heart at the moment, they will not fail or falter because of the level of joy, excitement here at the Testing Balogun Stadium.
Well, it's kicked off in what is Nigeria's first competitive fixture to be held in Lagos in 7,382 days, in a city where they rarely lose. Today's opposition might not be mighty in reputation, as they've never qualified for a major tournament. They are nicknamed the Crocodiles. Don't tease them.
Well, absolutely, Emmanuel. It's going to be a great game of football. I mean, especially if your sentiments lie with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You did mention the number of years and days that it's taken the Super Eagles to return home. Home is where the heart is. And of course, that's a very, very particular phrase. But at the same time, it's where the Super Eagles of Nigeria have enjoyed so much success. 71% winning percentage they've got here in Lagos. And that means they've won 67 of 94 games. It's like a slaughter slap for any team that comes in here to play football against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Well, I would say I would beat for the Lesotho team, but for a team that has quite done well for themselves, given the challenges they've had in recent years in Lesotho, that is, they won't be going anywhere. They definitely will not be qualifying for the AFCON of those teams that are already skilled. One of them is the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But I'm expecting them to still fight for pride. You know, they are a team that obviously have it in them to deliver on the big stages. It's really been difficult for them for the past couple of months. Preparation up until this day has been huge. But let's see if at all those preparations can make good for the way points, or maybe a decent performance against this very, very lovely to watch Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Following that one in winning Port Novo, secured progress for the Eagles. Zoho, Abuhi, Atebo, Alex Iwobi, the players who covered for Koi Aino, Joe Arrigo, and so the Lesotho fans will agree. They also do have considerable quality in terms of personnel. Going to keep an eye on the man, Gordon Koto. Asobi is also two members of the flag. He's going to get to safety, Sanusi. Good first dodge. Floated back into the box. And Maxi Wobi, the man who headlined conversation coming into this game. Failed a COVID test in Benin Republic, but certified negative when the second test was carried out. And the Confederation, the African Football CAF, simply just to prove that he can play this fixture, Alex Iwobi.
Absolutely. Very, very important player. Sometimes in the science field, right? Sometimes the vaccine has been going around across the world, including Nigeria, and from the last thing any team wants to have a player at the moment. So yes, we'll be out of the group segments.
Born in Lagos, certainly would be like a dream playing here, the centre of excellence. Intercepted. Cabo Nesora has taken that opportunity to just test the quality of the Nigerian goalkeeper. I mentioned earlier on, talking about Koto Asoabi.
It's all about the skill. It's a skillful player. I take nothing away from it, but did too much at that time. But Koto would always want to challenge for the ball, would always want to be in the faces of his opponent. He scored in the particularly best fixture of this game, Koto Maswengi, one of the key players. And interestingly, that's the last time Lesotho scored a goal, in the round of qualification for AFCON, and that happened in round 2. And goals have been qualified between for Lesotho. And if these two are going to match with them, they're going to get the goal more often. Sad to see that they've been missing Jane Kabango, one of their key players. He is thinking of wealth of confidence, but it's nothing but sheer class and brilliance. If he's not scoring in his assistant, he's having handed the back 10 goals for his club side, Leicester, including the hat-trick. They're not a senior man's players, and right now they need the most senior man in football was the Qualifier. And you have a feel that when the player is playing the way he is a chance to beat every time he gets on the ball, every time he gets the ball, you have a feel that he's only a goal or an assist away, always, every day.
Chikwueze. We're going to carry a Teba. Eboye. Interesting stutter step, another perfect control, but a strike from Ateba comes in. He certainly saw that intention. The goalkeeper felt pretty much more, not in terms of the composure and command.
I mean, how many times do we see this from Etebo, even if for his club side, right there in England, knows how to put his laces through the ball. He doesn't think about it sometimes. Sometimes it goes according to plan, and sometimes it just happens to veer off the left-hand post in that particular position. But what a hit. A couple of inches to the left, and maybe that could be nesting at the back of the net. That could be 1-0 Nigeria, but not to be. But great stuff. More to come this time around to be on target.
And the Super Eagles won its first AFCON trophy this month, 41 years ago, way back in 1980 here in Lagos. Scoring 8 goals and conceding just 1. Has been the talks of this team being potential champions in 2022. It's going to be a conversation for another day. For now, just a wrap up a flawless campaign, some would say. Ateba? Tyrone Eboye. Chikwueze just marked by Boakeng Sellers, one of the more consistent players in the Lesotho side. Alex Iwobi. Oh, certainly Kells should be in an offside position. Eagle eye from the assistant referee. Just ensuring that the goalkeeper can heave aside.
Right there, and that completely takes it away from Ian Achouan. He was just there waiting, and he was always going to be offside. Well, the senior man didn't time his run at that particular time. Maybe next effort could be different.
About 10 minutes of action played here at the Teslim Balada Stadium. It's Nigeria 0, Lesotho 0. It's a power charge by Seydou Sanusi. Skilled away possession. Round down, no pressure. Perfect first touch. Just couldn't connect to Barking Salo, who's pretty much on marks. Separate to Loane. Back to Salo. Oh, beautiful skill from Salo. Even better play from him. No pressure on the goalkeeper, Francis Uzoho. Let's keep an eye on him again. Barking Salo. A 26-year-old who started all the qualifiers prior to match day 5 against Sierra Leone. Plays for Bantu, one of the top teams out there in Lesotho.
It's one of the players that the coach can actually call upon. Is what you can call a stalwart for the national team. Selo, skillful, tough to tackle most of the time, and as well, where you find it right there. Maybe the hard way, if you may, but good player. This Lesotho team is that team that has really been challenged. The COVID-19 really didn't do well for them, as well as having a lot of players injured. And in that particular field, that is quite challenging for a coach to manage. The coach, Senong, can actually turn to players like Selo. On his day, it could be an Africa or world beater. It's definitely a man to watch out for going forward for Lesotho. Bright star.
Enacha. Atabo. Alex Iwobi. Just lots of communication with himself and Seydou Sanusi, a fullback who plays for the Portuguese side, FC Porto, one of the top performers on the European scene. His Porto side have advanced to the Champions League quarterfinal, taken the Premier League team Chelsea, super regular, also adds to the goals for the Portuguese side.
Nice, it's up this season. It's been doing great things for himself. He won of his stand 120% in that particular game. But unfortunately for him, in that particular situation, he didn't anticipate the pass, and he should have. Top left backs in the world will tell you that they calculate situations in football even before it happens. And at that time, Sanusi wasn't calculating. And you can see the look of absolute pain, or should I say, a bit of momentary anger on the face of Alexander Iwobi. He expected Sanusi to move, and he didn't.
The Nigerian team have qualified for the 19th Africa Cup of Nations. First time they were part of the Pioneer Championship was way back in 1963. Also recorded considerable amounts of success. First been in 1980 here in Lagos. Had the opportunity of doing something significant in Tunisia. And also the more recent triumph happened in 2013 in South Africa. Shipping to be an opportunity. He's onside! No, the flag goes up. That's not going to be the moment for him to smile, Victor Osimhen. But that's just what you need to know, that he's a poacher.
Well, when you give him chances like that, he's going to bury it. And that's what he does. You don't wear the jersey number 9 for nothing now, do you? And you can see right there, it was all about the thinking of Alex Iwobi with the pass. That ball just bouncing up a little bit. And this, for me, just the referee was, the assistant referee was spot on. Few yards, marginal if you say. But that was absolutely great finish right there by Osimhen. It didn't go in. Well, in terms of the score sheet, it will reflect not on the score sheet. But that's just a glimpse of what Victor Osimhen, let me call it the way the Italians call him these days, Vittore Osimhen. That's just a glimpse of what is capable of doing if you give him a huge chance.
It's a very good scuffer. The 67-year-old Gellerdraw, born in Mannheim, Germany. A man whose touchline journey has been on since 1996. A bit of concern though for the Lesotho goalkeeper, Sekohane Moran, who started the last three qualifiers. Born in September 18th, ninth quality goalkeeper. The face of the Lesotho manager, Thabo Senong, born in Pimville, Soweto, in South Africa, appointed manager of the team in August 2019. There's something, Jide, similar with both managers. You've got Gerrit Rowe employed in August 2016, and you've got Thabo Senong, the Lesotho manager, employed in August 2019.
Is it fine to call them the August visitors?
Oh, just one man is visiting Lagos. Maybe hoping his crocodile sour, just known Liquena, can at least just help the Eagles.
And so far, so good. They've not really done badly. The Crocodiles have, should I say, they've crawled quite well out of their waters. They're getting into their own, especially with that man right there, Cello, doing the best he can on the right side of the pitch.
Chukwueze. Good piece of play from Wilfred Ndidi. Zaidu Sanusi. Yeah, it's the second time the communication will break down between Alex Iwobi and Zaidu Sanusi. And they could help them from this position, Lesotho, to a decent cross. They're headed down back into the danger zone. As well discharged by Ogenekari Atebo. And the Chelsea passes go to Victor Osimhen. Just no intention of going past Mutlamelo and Mkanazi. Eventually that cross wouldn't trouble Albert Milani. Sekou Toulan. Back to the goalkeeper, Sekou. Mutlamelo. Cancelo. Field control. Cello. After a decent cross ball, beautifully headed, not completely cleared. Semblance of certainty, and the Eagles defend. Osimhen. Samuel Chukwueze for Nigeria. And it shows 1-2, not successfully executed.
Yeah, some few communications issues right there, some few fluidity issues, should I say. First is with Sanusi and Alex Iwobi, and then we also saw Chukwueze and Iheanacho, and that's been on for the past couple of minutes. And that's one thing they want to tidy in, going forward. You can't keep losing the ball at the vital positions, especially at the final third. And when you do that over and over again, it will get to a time where the defenders will probably just know what they expect every time of you.
A call against Victor Osimhen, who for Nigeria's first during the qualifiers, that 2-1 win against Benin.
You can see a brilliant piece of skill right there, and the outside pass from Chukwueze was everything. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there you go. Easy on the eye. Pitch of a footballer every time. Lovely to see. He loves Aye Robin so much, and you can see how he plays this game. Most of the time, likes to cut in from, the left-hand side and then picking up the far corner. Sometimes it goes according to plan, sometimes it doesn't. But he's one heck of a player to look out for all day.
Is the chest down by Leon Balogun, just to his goalkeeper Francis Azoho. It's Alex Iwobi. AFCON. That's a good piece of passing from Nigeria. Iheanacho, Osima, Iheanacho. It's a good clearance from Salo, but back to Chukwueze. Could be a problem for Lesotho. Brilliant interception there by Mutlamelo. Saidu Sanusi. As a Tabo. Oh, wasted possession. No.
How often do we see that?
Exactly. I was just going to mention that.
How often do you see that? That right there is one of the best players in his positions in the world, I dare say. Wilfred, the anchor in Didi. And that's very rare. It's a top rarity to see him waste the ball in such ways. I can count how many times he's wasted the ball in his entire career.
Oh, so confession from Victor Osimhen! And that's goal number 5 for the SSC Napoli Potter. Top scorer for Nigeria in this qualifying stage. Now joint top scorer alongside the Zambian player. Well, you didn't see that coming.
Absolutely. What a pass right there. And then Victor Osimhen, just like every deadly number 9 in the world, he calculated that ball, know where exactly it was going to be. And guess who gave that assist? Kelechi Iheanacho, man on fire. I did mention something. If it's not then is assisting. What a goal right there by Osimhen. He knew how best to get to that particular position. He did everything possible to get the right touch on that particular ball, and that was all that mattered. Step forward, Victory does.
He understands that this opposition is good. This player makes them better. The statistics continue to roll in.
Right there is just one of the challenges right there. Super excited fan, trying to get a mix of the game, but that shouldn't take the shine out of that particular goal, Emmanuel. It was a well-taken goal. Kelechi Iheanacho, senior man, Kels, picking up another great assist.
That's Nigeria.
Should we say one or first of many? Maybe first of many. And for the first few minutes, they were trying to settle in. They were trying to find their fate. We did mention seeing Wilfred Didi losing the misplaced pass at that particular time. The communication between Sonosi and Iwobi was not the best, but that didn't stop them actually to getting that goal. And that goal came, one goal to the good Super Eagles of Nigeria, maybe one of many to come.
His 5th goal of the qualifiers. The referee brought a rare free kick to Lesotho. Fabricio Duarte, the Cape Verdean. This could be an opportunity for them to get one back at. It's difficult to bet against a team who've got absolutely nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. I absolutely agree with you. Absolutely.
Corner for Lesotho. Tumelo Kutlang. That's the man who's going to take the corner kick throw. The Crocodiles! Oh, what an interesting first stop to see him put one past the goalkeeper there, Basia Makepe. It's the sort of moment you'd expect him to find one back. Set pieces, because it's hard to see them break this team down.
Yeah, they like to call themselves the Oyinbo Wall, or rather the media has tagged them the Oyinbo Wall. The back line, the centre-back pairing, of course, of William Troost Ekong and Leon Balogun. Lesotho would largely bank on the skills of Cello and sometimes, the swashbuckling abilities of Basia Makepe, the captain, especially from the positions we saw earlier, set piece positions, and that could be one of the channels they may look forward. They will definitely be second choice in terms of ball possession and chances created, but when they get those chances, they should be able to nail it and make the best of it.
Chikwueze. Oh, good. Seppo. So free kick is a decision for Fabrizio Duarte, the Cambodian. Sort of those top referees on the African continent who've seen quite a number of continental engagements. Oh, it's a free kick to Lesotho. That's inches away from, and the first booking of the game to the Nigerian captain, William Troost Ekong. It didn't look like he was going to be troubling for the Nigerian defense. You would never doubt his quality.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The right one for the team. And you can see Francis Uzor, the goalkeeper, backing instructions and saying, you know what, I want a 4-man wall or a 5-man wall as it is. And that's it right there. The goalkeeper is in control, commanding and backing orders, and that's what you want to see.
Huge opportunity for Lesotho to pull one back. An enticing position you'd fancy. Left-footed player. There's always the threat that if it goes past the wall, it will go past the goalkeeper. And oh, brilliant save! And it's a brilliant callback. The flag goes up. Oh, some commendable set piece earlier taken by Litsepe Mirab. It was the captain who's been caught offside.
Absolutely. We did mention that if at all they were going to get any goal. And look at this particular move. Great shot right there. Good decision again. You can see the referee spot on, the assistant referee. He was the first to get out of the blocks. But again, I think Francis Uzor could have possibly just punched it further out of a way of distance in terms of danger, but unfortunately he punched it to where Lesotho, attacker was, and that really didn't go out well according to plan.
Litsepe Mirabe, the Lesotho player. "30 minutes of action played here at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. It's Nigeria 1, Lesotho 0.
It's been a great watch. Half an hour of top class, top quality football.
Oh, good pistol skill from Alex Iwobi. Intended pass to Iheanacho, snuffed out. Letsepe. Brilliant, almost cross-field pass. The control will determine that. Easy for the goalkeeper, Francis Uzor. Ateba. Oh, what a player. Gets the free kick off the visiting team. Look at the Caro.
And you can see right there, he knows how to make these runs. If he's not stopping and nipping defense in the ball, he's always trying to start his own attack. And right there, just slaloming through 4 players, and he was stopped in his track eventually. But again, that's advancement. That's what, again, Ekaro Tebo brings to the table. He's physical, he's intelligent on the ball. It's not just all bronze, but he's got brains to back those bronze up. And that's what makes him such an integral part of this Gennett Raw Super Eagles of Nigeria side. And every time he's on the ball, you just...
Certainly not in that instance. Was well defended. Well, accompanied by a free kick in their favour. Team whose first international match was a 2-1 win against the Flames of Malawi way back in 1970. Well, the Flames of Malawi, a side who just some hours back incinerated the Cranes of Uganda to still one of the tickets reserved for the tournament. At a contest in Group B, qualified alongside Burkina Faso. It's been some interesting teams who've somehow found progress to the main events. A conversation around how surprising it is to have South Africa not contesting, a Bafana team. No thanks to the brilliance of the Sudanese side. And also how can we talk about an upset and not mention the Zambian national side who were champions in 2012. For present day, we've got a Nigerian team who are true with quality and the mode of Alex Iwobi.
Yeah, quality just like this, Emmanuel. And, you know, the fans are currently jeering that particular decision by the referee. But it's a difficult decision always, you know, for referees. They got what now, milliseconds to make their decisions. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it right, if you know what I mean. But Alex Iwobi has been that channel. I like the wing play that Gennett Raw decided to go for in this particular game. Iwobi coming in for Henry Onyekuru was a good decision. A top player on this day, one of the key players for this particular team. Only if going forward into the end of this first half and of course beginning of the second half, we would like to see more coordination between him and Sunusi. I think it's very dangerous if those two combine well, and they could be very deadly for this Lesotho team game. And again, we've seen that particular thing Lesotho exhibited in the last game, especially towards the last minutes of the last game, isolating that man, Tumelo Cookman, and that really has been the big challenge, you know, for Lesotho. Isolation of their top number 9.
Good piece of passing for Lesotho. The wall of Leon Belugu not to be trusted in that instance, assisted by True Stekong. The man who's on the yellow card is always going to be cautious going into tackles. So here's Chukwueze, nothing to be cautious about. Ateba. Iheanacho. Play almost by Tyre Deboehe, but just trying to go off for a goal kick. The one I'm sure Sekwane Moran, the goalkeeper, 23-year-old, will be excited about. Well, there's a man who's been quite present in the final third for Lesotho, Letepe Marab. So made it quite difficult to have Tyrone produce what you say does offensive runs associated with modern day fullbacks, but great anticipation from the goalkeeper, Francis Uzoho.
You know, sometimes you just need your goalkeeper to seize the initiative, seize the moment, understand the moment, read the game and see the progressions. And that's what Uzoho did right there. Kudos to him, because if he had waited a few seconds more, there is a chance that, Tumelo could have be latching onto that one, and it could have been Lesotho 1-1. You know, one of the good things about this particular fixture, Emmanuel, is that most of the players in the Super Eagles of Nigeria squad know for a fact that there is no starting shirt guaranteed. So everybody is trying to step up to the plate.
He will base pass to Osimhen. Brilliant anticipation from Mutnomelo Mkanazi. All the way back to the captain. But here's Tyrone Ebuehi. Well, under no pressure, gives away possession. Saved by the pace of Samuel Chukwueze. Free kick against Ogana Tebo, just 5 inches away from the halfway line. So much power in there. And experience from Basia Makepe, the captain of the Lesotho side.
And then that's it right there. You know, he lost the ball, and then the warrior in him just said, you know what, I got to be brave and go get it. Sometimes it doesn't go the way you want it, and that's why he picked up, you know, a foul right there. And you can see immediately it's challenging Chukwueze that, hey, what did you do right there? It's demanding. And that's one thing I love about this particular team, the Super Eagles. They demand so much from each other, because you got to cover my back, because that's why we are a team. It's together. Everybody achieves more. And I was saying something earlier, Emmanuel, about the fact that there is no certain shirt guaranteed. When you get the opportunity of donning the jersey of the Super Eagles, it is prestige. It is a privilege. And that's why those players bleed water and sweat to make sure that they get chosen for the next game. And Tyrone Ebuehi knows that whenever he fluffs his line, there's an line on the bench waiting. Sanusi knows that whenever he fluffs his line, there's another player right there in the waiting. Everybody knows that the chances to be a starting member of this team is at a premium. And when you get called up, you got to give 150%. And that's why this man really has been called over and over again. Alexander Iwobi, top player, any day, anytime.
COVID positive once, COVID negative once.
You can say that again, my man. You can say that again.
Etepe finds Koto, but just kept it in play. Tabang Milan. It's a hopeful cross intercepted by Seydou Sanusi. Atabo. So cheeky pass, goalkeeper off his line. Command of his goal area, Sekoane Moran. Well, it's 40 minutes of action played here at the Taslim Balogun Stadium. Nigeria 1, Lesotho 0.
Emmanuel, they may be the second team in this particular fixture. Obviously, the Super Eagles are all over Lesotho, but you must give kudos, or rather, I want to give kudos to the back line of Lesotho. You know, we mentioned it earlier about Basia Makepe, the quality he brings forward that we've seen so far. It's the maintenance of the shape. Every time the Super Eagles attack Lesotho backline, you have a 5-man defense to deal with, including this man here, Selo, who has actually, you know, proved his worth going forward in the opposition's half. But it is that shape, it is the maintenance of the shape. And yes, it's been breached once, but how far and how long can we say it? And that's what we see at the moment. It's all 5 at the back. It's 3 centre backs, and then of course the wing backs right there, you know, flanking both, you know, alternate flanks and doing the best they can. And it looks to be going according to plan for Senong. Maybe in the second half he'll tell them, you know what, how about you stop being conservative, and now you be more demanding of. He can push Sanusi forward, he can push Ebuehi and see if at all they crack, because of course it's a game of football, and 90 minutes is a long time for you to even get a chance and get a goal. Who knows?
Still now pretty decent. It's Mutnomelo Mkanazi. Finds Seppo Tulan. Back to Seppo. A beautiful turn from Seppo. It's the commander of that defensive midfield position. Basia Makepe, the captain. Oh, Lesotho now. Tabang Milan, a fullback. That's a man who's started the last two qualifiers for Lesotho, the 23-year-old. Tara Boyhi.
You know, earlier you mentioned something about it. We just want to chew up a little bit on that. The teams that are already qualified for, you know, the AFCON yet to come in a year's time in Cameroon, and the cast is absolutely interesting. You know, Sudan, you know, making it through, Gambia, Gabon, the G nations making it through. It's Senegal, Ivory Coast, the powerhouses are still, you know, coming to the party, and the Super Eagles of Nigeria are already as well in that particular dinner, and it will be absolutely beautiful to celebrate Africa's football at its very best. And of course, we see this particular play, our Osimhen always showing this part of his game, always that very bullish striker, very powerful, very strong. He can outmuscle you, but that's not all he brings to the table. He also brings a lot of wit and intelligence in the comes in finishing, especially we saw it earlier. He already has a goal in this game by virtue of his wit and intelligence at finishing. Very skilled striker.
And a certain pass by the Confédération de African Football CAF to permit a certain number of fans into this arena, provided COVID-19 protocols are observed. You just cast your mind back to the highest attendance Lagos fans turned out to watch the Super Eagles. It was way back in '92, over 60,000 people were live. Just at the stadium adjacent, present-day venue, the National Stadium, was a fixture involving the South African side. They were trashed 4-0. Rashidi Yakini got a brace that day. Samson Tiasia and Richard Owobokiri. In this man on our screens, it's hard to say, but anything he touches turns to gold.
He's got a hat-trick recently, right? And speaking of hat-trick, the one they like to call Baba Yakini, you know, got a hat-trick right there. You know, many years ago against Burkina Faso, 7-1 he ended. He got a hat-trick in that one, and at the same time got a hat-trick against Ethiopia at 6-0. The Super Eagles of Nigeria won again in Lagos, part of that 71% winning average that we mentioned. It's so absolute. It's like a beautiful place to enjoy football. Super Eagles of Nigeria and Lagos. It's a marriage made in heaven. It's a marriage of convenience, a marriage of top class, top quality football, because the fans eternally demand a lot from this particular team every time. They know they cannot afford. As a child, you know, I was right there, you know, at the stadium in Senegal, taking on Nigeria. The quarterfinals right there, the African Cup of Nations. Julius Efosa Agaowa at the double unfolded right before my eyes, and it was an absolutely beautiful feel, you know, to enjoy. And then I was a boy, now I am a man, and I'm seeing and loving this particular feel. Lagos State enjoying greatness. Super Eagles of Nigeria, first time of its coming in 20 years. Boy, oh boy, am I excited. And we are live. I've been wanting to say that for a while.
That's the confirmation you need. There's just going to be 60 seconds left of action here at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. A confirmation required by the fourth official. Name again, Manuel Fortes Tony Rodriguez. It's interesting to see a minute of additional time pending. It's taken into cognizance, not too many stoppages in this fixture. It's been pretty much a tactical display by the Nigerian team, and quite compact from the Lesotho side. A team currently ranked 143rd in the world against a team currently ranked 36th. Regardless of the strength you possess, when you play against the Nigerian team, you up the ante. And he's seen enough of football in the first 45, Fabricio Duarte. But a man who's done decent with his job. Likewise, the man who's also done brilliantly with his job, Victor Osimhen, the man who scored the only goal separating both teams. A goal in the 23rd minute, had an opportunity to not go for it, but he went for it. He also can give commendable a tribute to Melo Kutlang. Hasn't had his moment under this cloudy conditions here. but it's the Nigerian team who have done decent enough. Not too excited in terms of the facial expressions. They would have waited for 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 goals. But one should be decent enough. And hopefully the performance of the second 45 by both teams would be impressive. But halftime from the Teslim Balogun Stadium here in Lagos. It's Nigeria 1, Lesotho 0. So second 45 on the way here at the Taslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos. Victor Osimhen's 23rd minute goal separating this teams one vying for that unbeaten qualification streak. The other side, Lesotho hoping to get at least maximum points against the football nation currently ranked 5th on the African continent. I'm Emmanuel Atem, got Jide with me as we ride along in the second 45.
On a very, very historic day, an epoch-making day in the history, illustrious history of Nigerian football. We are delighted to, enjoy this particular broadcast, first of its kind in the last 20 years. The Super Eagles of Nigeria have missed that particular field, that Lagos field, that unique field, the center of excellence. And of course, it was an excellent first half. We won't say for they didn't try. I'm talking about the Lesotho team, but the Super Eagles of Nigeria were absolutely dominant. They were taller, they were better, they were bolder, they were more confident going forward. And of course, when the chance fell to them, they took it. And that right there is why football is such a clinical game. And speaking of clinical, number 9, Victor Osimhen, was very clinical with his finish. So I think Venero will be telling his players that more of the same, please, if you may. Very important that they start the second half on the front foot. They continue just where they left off, especially with this man, Tunusi. It will be this time around. Tunusi and Iwobi, the combination really has to flow better this second half. I'm looking forward to seeing a great game of second football. More of the same, please, just as the first half.
Eteba. Oh, Fred Ndidi. Tyrone the boy here. Second for Victor Osimhen. So interesting how he always kept the ball in play. Actually did. I got a corner off his efforts. Appreciates the decision made by the referee. Nigeria's first corner, the second half.
It's all about tenacity here. It's all about the willpower, never to give up. And it was just there trying to make sure that the defender got the last touch. Winning the corner for his team could be a profitable one.
Whipped into the box. Infringement called against Nigeria. One of those Lesotho players who did decent in the first 45. Completely choked the midfield. Made it quite difficult for those exciting passes. You'd find the Eagles naturally find themselves in happy place. Osimhen still enough possession. An opportunity for Alexi Wapi! Straight at the goalkeeper, Seko Anemoran.
It's all about the positioning for the goalkeeper. He had to get that positioning spot on because it was always going to be power and coil from Alexi Iwobi. Good shot, right on target, but kudos to the goalkeeper for getting the particular positioning spot on.
It's going in hard on Tumelo Kutlang. Etebo Vanu went in hard. But the irony coming into this fixture is pretty much the mode of transportation where the Eagles had to use the waterways while the crocodiles flew into Lagos.
Yeah, that's some irony right there. That's the height of irony.
And thinking about a second goal for Osimhen, potentially the cutback is good. And fortune smiles on the Nigerian player. Ogene Karo Etebo gets his first of the qualifying campaign for Nigeria. I know qualification has been achieved. I think this tie might be early in the second half, but it just might be over for a comeback. That's unselfish display from Victor Osimhen.
He could have probably just taken it in his stride and probably just stunned his body. It's a centre forward. It's naturally selfish to go for goals. He wouldn't have fought him here. But what did he choose to do? Pick out his man. I don't get a but that ball ricocheted off his right foot rather, and finding at the back of the net. He will not score many goals in his career because of his position. But when goals like this fall on his path, he definitely will take it. the goalkeeper was sidestepping towards the left, and that really affected his recovery. And you can see right there, Osimhen saying, I was expecting you to hit it one time, but hey, the ball is at the back of the net. Kudos to Etebo. It was at the right place at the right time.
Nigeria 2, Lesotho 0.
I did mention earlier, Etim, that the Super Eagles of Nigeria needs to start the second half on the front foot. Just like the way they ended the first. They need that level of guarantee and confidence. And right there, General tactics for the second half were absolutely spot on. And right there was the goal for Ogene Karete. But it will score many, but when they come, it's one to relish and enjoy. And speaking of enjoying, well, definitely we're enjoying our time here. 2 goals to call, for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The fans are loving it. We're loving it. The viewers as well, are absolutely loving it. And more goals, please, if you... Absolutely. And that's the only team that definitely won't love it.
Leon Balogu for Nigeria. Captain. And the only man on the yellow card, Trustakong. As Tyron Ebuehi for Nigeria. Zaidu Sanusi. Goal scorer Etebo.
That goal right there at him just throws all the tactics and mapping out of Senong out of the window. It just absolutely throws it out of it, because how do you tell your players, hey, you can fight for this, you can still get one more goal, you can still probably get back in this game. But unfortunately, few minutes into the second half, Ogene Karete rather, absolutely throws that plan out of the window. And it's back to square zero, for Lesotho. And you ever feel that that's not the last goal we'll see, or we'll get to call it this game. There's goals still, right there for the taking in this particular huge fixture.
Ehenacho. That's an exciting drive through. Samuel Chukwueze! Always rising. Oh, he's kicking himself today. He knows he's gotten past the defender. Just couldn't go past the goalkeeper.
Definitely not something. Iron Robin is God. Is football God, should I say? Will be proud of. Not definitely something he won't definitely not be proud of. And you can see right there, beat the first man, beat the second man. It's that time for you to just wrap your left foot rather, around the ball and looking for that far corner. But it didn't go well, for Samuel Chukwueze at that time. And you can see how he was absolutely not happy with himself. He's a top player. He knows he demands a lot from himself, and that right there was not in any way in that league.
And the first tactical change, Jamilu Collins about to be introduced for Zaidu Sanusi. And I'm sure Potter would be smiling, and he would return to his club side unscathed. I just mentioned the changes for the Nigerian team, just one tactical change. The first of the game to mention, and Vakano Tro, well, he might be Hobbs, who's another quality player.
Needless to say, I hate to sound like a broken record, and I hate to say I said it, but that's what it is. I said it earlier, that the Super Eagles of Nigeria these days have, 2-3 players in each position that are very, very top quality. And these are players that are easily could work in some of the top sides in European football, and Jamilu Collins is one of such players. And still speaking about the quality this team has got, Emmanuel Etim, we saw the goal by Victor Osimhen, and Victor Osimhen is not even the highest grossing striker, not even in Iheanacho. The highest grossing centre forward in Nigeria, Nigerian in Europe at the moment is Paul Onwachu, and he cannot even get in the first 11 of this side. And that just tells you how tight, how difficult, how extremely difficult it is for you to, play at this level for Super Eagles. Take nothing away from this player, as I've said, but sometimes there's quality everywhere you look at. It's a stardust of quality. It's consistent. It's good for the team. It's good for the country. And, of course, it's good for the hopes going into Cameroon 2022.
Collins. Alex Iwobi. A rare breakaway, Seppo Toloan. Trying to find Boakeng Sello. It's been a bit shy in the early exchanges of this second half. Lesotho side, well, the teams from the Sakafa region, the biggest success this team was recording, or pretty much reaching the final of the COSAFA Cup. That was in the year 2000. Not going to bore you with the statistics, as the Super Eagles, the three-time champions of the African Cup of Nations, actually have qualified for, and as Babajide mentioned seconds earlier, tournaments that will go down in 2022 January. A tournament date was changed easy to mention. It's the three-time champions of the African Cup of Nations. Actually, the one major reason, obviously, Babajide mentioned seconds earlier.
Yeah, scattered everyone's plans. Economy, football, social gatherings. I mean, it's a pure joy and it's absolutely pure bliss. To see
30th of June 2020. And the one major reason, obviously, the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, scattered everyone's plans. Economy, football, social gatherings. I mean, it's a pure joy and it's absolutely pure bliss, to see fans finally have a chance to watch their team. A privileged number of fans right here at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. And COVID-19 has really done more harm than good to humanity. That I do not stand corrected about.
Here's Jamila Collins. Etebo. Wilfred Ndidi. Trustekong. Back to goal scorer number 2, again a carry Etebo. Good turn from Alex Iwobi. He's onside. Good sort of step from Iwobi. Finds Jamila Collins. The cross into the penalty box. The flicker unsuccessful from Victor Osimhen. Have an opportunity to clear, but just too physical then. Koto Majabi just going in hard on going to carry Etebo. He will apologise. There's no malice in that challenge from Nkoto.
Nkoto is right there showing some funny side of his game. That's, of course, obviously tackling is definitely
offensively. The introduction of Lalahonolo, Katuane and Motebang Sera. Haven't scored too many goals in the qualifiers. Lesotho, they've got just 3 goals coming into this match day, conceded 6. Compared to Nigeria, who had scored 11, conceding 7. Another concern for the goalkeeper, Sekuan Emiran. He's hit more of the ball in this fixture than the Nigerian goalkeeper, Francis Uzoho.
Fair to say he's had a very long day at the office today, Morian. It's been called upon a few times in the game, giving a fairly good account of himself. And at the same time, you expect a little bit more from him.
It's smiles on the faces of the Nigerian players warming up. You'd anticipate potentially a second change today.
Absolutely.
It might not be an ease.
Just to put it out there, just to keep the players fresh. The World Cup qualifiers, of course, will be coming up shortly. You also do not want the players to return to their club side with any niggling injury or anyone in hiding, injuries, at the moment.
Kenatra, the Nigerian coach, spent 5 years with the Nigerian national team. That's the longest of his managerial tenure. He's been with Gabon at a point. I say he was manager of Niger Republic and Burkina Faso. Had just a year coaching the Burkina Bay team. Always remember his first game as coach of the Nigerian side. That's 1-0 win against Tanzania at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Akwa Ibom State. Well, action back underway. Good to see the goalkeeper, Hail Hathi. No real threat of potential change. They do have quality still on the bench. Munaheng Ramalafane, the reserve goalkeeper. Well, here's Tyrone Ebuehi for Nigeria. Picture perfect kind of player. You want to see him always on your screen?
Yeah, something for the viewers to always share, but especially the female side of footballers, football fans, if you want to put it that way. It's that kind of model player, that poster boy look, that David Beckham-esque kind of look and all, that's what Tyrone Ebuehi. But behind that, should I say, baby face frame, is a very, very intelligent right back, very strong, very intelligent on the ball, and of course he can pick out a good pass.
There's Victor Osimhen seeking for his second. Snapshot, not the direction for the Napoli striker. A man born in Lagos, played for Wolfsburg, Charleroi, Lille, before making that €70 million transfer to Napoli. Not for such effort, you'd say.
Absolutely, and I did mention something about Tyrone Ebuehi's skill set, and that right there was one of it. Picking up pass, and that chance right there, Osimhen, he knows at his heart that he could have done better. He could have hit it with more direction, he could have hit with more purpose, instead of just, lashing onto it that way. But hey, he's a man of few chances and goals, and of course, don't bet against him not bearing the next chance he gets at the back of the net. And one of the things I've also seen about this Lesotho side in the second half, maybe after they conceded that goal, they've been a little bit more compact, slightly more compact. Basia really has continued that leadership at the back line, and they are more committed now. You can see every time they're in the opposition's half. Now Super Eagles, of course, they got what now, three players trying to close down and shut up channels so that the passes cannot pass through.
Second for that true ball. Ebuehi's cross into the penalty box of Osimhen, but the goalkeeper quite comfortable and well protected in his territory. The striker comes second in consideration from the referee.
It's always going to be this person attempt to get the ball. The referee is by default expected to protect the interest of the goalkeeper, and that was what we saw right there.
Mote Bangsera.
He's added a bit of bite, Mote Bangsera, since coming on, seems to be a bit more committed to the cause. Interestingly, as I mentioned his name, he picked up a bit of a niggle of an injury. Talking about bite right there.
Mote Bangsera, the man who is proud to this fixture, started every game in the qualifiers, plays for the PSL side, Bloemfontein Celtic. And I remember, because he featured in that qualifying fixture against the Nigerian team, Rivers United. You know how he ended, Rivers United making a meal out of Bloemfontein Celtic. Well, takes nothing away from the PSL team, one of the top side in the Impulele too. Well, when it comes to playing against the Nigerian side, it's that sentiment of having a team, regardless of where they are based, in Port Harcourt, in Aba, urging. And Rivers United, unfortunately, after knocking out Bloemfontein Celtic, couldn't go past the People's Elephants, who are the only Nigerian team left on the continent. And just to mention, they've got two players in the current Super Eagles team, and both players on the bench, Anayewala and John Noble, the goalkeeper. Well, here's Jamilu Collins for Nigeria. Kelechi Iheanacho, a bit peripheral in the second half. Alexi Wabi! Back to the Evertonian. Iheanacho, Collins, Iwobi, Samuel Chukwueze, Tyrone Ebuehi, shapes the shots, ball for cutback. Goalkeeper spills. And the response is fortunate for him. Osimhen couldn't pounce.
A boy right there showing why his first choice, showing that he knows how to get into those right positions and doing a good job at it. You can see that particular opportunity falling at his left, cuts a man right in, and then finding a space to take a shot. That's it. Thank you for coming. And then places that wraps his foot right across the ball, and of course falling off to Osimhen, who's always going to be offside in that particular position. But you got to feel for Motebang Serra, you know, lost with Bloemfontein Celtic in Nigeria. Nigerian team now, his team is that 2-2 the deficit in this big game against Nigeria. He will be thinking and cursing his luck and thinking to himself, it could have been better, you know, for me. Talking about Motebang Serra. But it's been one of those players to have come into the second half in an attempt to change the game for Lesotho. It looks quite sharp. It looks quite interested in wanting to get something out for Lesotho, his country here.
That's something they get, the corner kick. Maybe you should trouble the Nigerian defence. It's been a bit calm for a partnership between Troost and Leon Balogun. In fact, they're one of the central defenders on the yellow card, and no real pressure mounted on the Nigerian defence. This could be one for Lesotho. They've cuts the Nigerian side twice. The first leg, Alden Mesero ended Lesotho 2, Nigeria 4. Who says they cannot get one here in Lagos?
And one they would relish, they would absolutely love it, because they would also find themselves in the record books if I thought they get to score, because it's the first time Super Eagles are playing for the first time in 20 years.
The dramatization with the alongside Mutlamelo Kwanaze. Or corner will come. And indeed, brilliant defensive header, aided by Osimhen. And now they can potentially counter-attack Nigeria. And today has got Osimhen on the left-hand side, running through. He's got pace, seeking for his second. Goalkeeper comes off his line.
Number 9 is limping now. You just want to be sure that he didn't really strain any muscle in an attempt to get that. But great initiative by the goalkeeper Morian. He had to come out from his post at that time. When the pass, we've seen him do it so many times this season for Leicester City. I'm talking about Wilfred Ndidi. The timing, the perfectly weighted pass, and that right there was the purpose squirrel of one of those such passes. It drifted that ball up onto the feet of Victor Osimhen, and if not for the bravery of the goalkeeper coming out at that time, being that last man in defense, it could have been 3-0 Nigeria. But hey, nearly doesn't kill a bird, right?
Indeed, 2-0, and I've seen 70 minutes of action played here at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. Bang. Just sicking the presence. Player has got a semblance of a Tony. Just an offside call against Lesotho.
You know, Konto right there just trying to get a bit ahead of himself, and then the assistant referee, you know, had to remind him that, hey, I'm the boss of this show. You have to time your runs. If I told you I'm going to get you all clear, and to be all clear on Francis Uzoho's goal. And it's been a very, very easy day in the office for Francis Uzoho. Not to say he won't hand his money today, but to say it's been a very controlled, composed, and confident performance. Overall performance of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It could have been better. Definitely could have been better, you know, in terms of more chances created.
It will be. Osimhen, flag stays down. So the cutback is intercepted. It's all about the efforts, something the manager Tabo Sinok will appreciate. Tabang Milan, the right back, desperately seeking to just help the team with possession, and now they do have it. Nigeria have played the Black Stars more than any other team here in Lagos. About 14 times, they've got considerable amount of victories. For Lesotho, the goal is not to be part of the statistics of countries who've visited Lagos. Walking off without maximum points. The presence of Tabang Milan. Atebo to take the corner for Nigeria. Almost Chustek connecting. He gets a throw. Tyron Boye. Just getting down the technical bench. I'm going to mention taking the change, the man who speared the hat of the Beninese side out there in Porto Novo. Paul Onuachu about to be introduced alongside Henry Onyekuru. Well, Victor Osimhen's desire for a brace will not materialise, but he also comes on for his peroxide hair-like teammates at Henry Onyekuru. That's the third tactical change for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Henry Onyekuru on alongside Paul Onuachu, and you can tell this team reeks of so much quality.
They ooze of nothing but quality. They currently are embedded with so much quality in this team, and that's why a lot of people are saying, not to get ahead of ourselves, but a lot of people are already tipping Nigeria to be the winner of the yet to be played CAF Confederations Cup, Nations Cup right there in 2022. Paul Onuachu, what can we say? He is having a time of his life in front of goal for both club and country. We saw him get a goal in Benin Republic at the death, 93 minutes, and that one, Henry Onyekuru is enjoying himself right now in Galatasaray. Great substitutions. Let's see if Ado got an impact.
Chikwueze as a man who's desperate to get hit on the score sheets, brilliantly intercepted. Beautifully outmaneuvered by Ndidi. Here's a table for Nigeria. First touch on the ball for Henry Onyekuru. Collins took a deflection off Sepu Tuluan. It'll be a throw to the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
You know, one special thing about Ndidi, Wilfred Ndidi, it's just the sheer ability to control things. He's always calm. He knows what to do and when to do it. And that's why when he lost that ball in the first half, and that's the first time in a while, we're seeing Wilfred Ndidi is such a professional. And that right there is why he's one of the best players in the world, I dare say, in his position. It doesn't get that accolade that he rightfully deserves. But I think if we continue to see Wilfred Ndidi in this particular light consistently for Leicester City and the Super Eagles of Nigeria, it's only a matter of time before the big teams come calling.
The colour that is the Nigerian Supporters Club. A corner whipped into the penalty box. An opportunity to have a second bite at the corner cherry, sort of. Samuel Chukwu is here to take for Nigeria. It's all into the box, Leon Balogun with a connecting header. Well, a hat-trick of corners. And they're not going to change the taker. It will still be Chukwueze.
Maybe this time with a little bit more, less speed and maybe at the right height.
Kane Twinger comes in. Headed out by Basia Makepe, the captain of the Lesotho side. Composed control from Tyrone Ebuehi. Ah, they've got a goalkeeper, Francis Ozoho.
We remember his name this time around too.
Easy to identify, Paul Onuachu.
He's a big man.
Collins. Onyekuru. Ndidi. A tap, to strike! Oh, it's always terrifying if you're one standing just in front of the midfielder's effort on goal. You can't fault him for effort.
Oh, absolutely. Effort is worth the try. He's got space, he's got the ability. Why not try shoot? But sometimes just try to keep it down and then be more, precise, if you may.
80 minutes of action played here at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. Nigeria 2, Lesotho 0. Cancelo. Well, if you were the manager of the Lesotho side, Thabo Senong, the question is, will you be disappointed with the performance so far?
Oh, absolutely not. Given my circumstances, knowing fully well that COVID has absolutely battered my nation's league, and a number of players really haven't had the best of times with injury, I'm only working with what is available at the time, and I'd rather tell my boys, you know what, do your best to just keep it tight at the back, do not concede more goals. We are playing for pride, and what's the essence of being humiliated if at all we concede more goals? And that's wrong. That would be absolutely wrong.
Yeah, he's got a sort of reputation you'd fancy for a team like Lesotho, the aspiration to someday play at the African Cup of Nations. And they might just extend his contract. That's a possibility. He's a man who was coach of the Amajitis as the South African under-20 side. This could be an opportunity for Lesotho to pull one back. Corner whipped into the box, straight to the safe hands of the goalkeeper, Francis Ozoho.
And you can see right there, there's no options. It's got no options. Maybe Super Eagles are thinking, hey, we got this game already, buried in the bag, and we should just take it easy at this time. But he needed more option at that time to pick out the right service leading to a particular goal, maybe.
Seems he's listening to the conversation, Coach Thabo Senong. It's that possibility he might just whip in 2 more tactical changes. Thabo?
I mean, go for it. You got to go for it.
Yeah, Hanacho, a bit subdued in this fixture.
In the second half, yes, I'm still very, very much surprised that he's still very much on the pitch. But, I mean, not to say he hasn't really put in a decent shift, but I just think, he's done great in the first half and he could have been better in the second half, that is.
An opportunity for him, Hanacho, to as Paul Onuachu! Whatever he touches, it turns to gold. Minutes on the pitch. Minutes to celebrate. 2 goals in 2 games. Oh, he's in form. Oh, he's the Nigerian number 9. In actual fact, he wears the number 19. Tallest on the pitch. A tall performance.
Absolutely something to relish for days to come. What a shot. What a volley. That's a striker. That's a man on fire. Is absolutely breathing on form at the moment. A stinking of absolute class. Everything it touches turns to gold. What now? Make it go on at 28 in all competitions, for this young Nigerian who announced himself with a power driver in the first minutes of his debut.
Nigeria 3, Lesotho 0, and they'll still ring in the changes. Lumfo Kelake and for Borgan Stella has been pretty much impressive. And there's Timela Kutlang.
For me, it's all about the expression on the face of Montebang Serra. After the third goal went in, it was like, what's going on at this moment? What's really going on?
Just a little conversation today. If you were an agent, what would be the price tag for Paul Onuachu?
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but right there is the most expensive player working on the surface of the earth, really. Maybe bar Lewandowski, maybe bar Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. Paul Onuachu is worth every, say what now, maybe 60, 70, 80, 100, name it right now on current form. He's on fire, Emmanuel Etin. It's what now, minutes on the pitch, maybe 5, maybe 6. He doesn't need so much chance to prove himself. Man has been proving himself from the get-go this season, and what a way to score in Lagos. Remember, this is his first time he's playing in Lagos, and look at the cheers he received from the fans. They were absolutely loving that field. What a volley. Took it first control, raised the ball, and then he found that particular hit. And goalkeeper Moswane really couldn't do anything about that. There was absolutely nothing to be done. You were beaten by a man in the form of his life. Paul Onuachu. Comment the man, comment the hour, comment the hour, comment the man. Paul Onuachu is the man of the hour.
Camilla Collins. That's going to be a double change for Nigeria. He gets another opportunity to enjoy himself. The Nigerian captain Ahmed Musa coming in for Kelechi Iheanacho. And there's also going to be Anayo Iwala who will be introduced for Samuel Chukwueze. A man of the Super Eagles players who had the opportunity of playing in Lagos, Ahmed Musa, the only one of this present team. And he's happy again to return to Lagos, Nigeria.
Look at him smiling like a child, right? I just saw a bit of candy. He's back, he's happy to be back in Lagos. This was where he started his own journey as well as a child, as a kid footballer, should I say, in 2011. One of the few players, to speak of Lagos as it was then and as it is now. But hey, we've seen another substitution right there, Anayo Iwala. Super player in the MPFL, and now we're looking forward to what it could actually happen for him in the next few minutes.
"24 teams who visited Lagos. Oh, never won a game against the Super Eagles. Jamaica headlines that list. There's Jordan, there's Eritrea, there's Congo Brazzaville, there's Uganda, Equatorial Guinea, Niger, Ethiopia, Morocco, Sudan, Benin, Togo, South Africa, Uzbekistan, Liberia, Zambia, Tanzania, Cote d'Ivoire, Kenya, Sierra Leone, Burkina Faso, Namibia, the Guinea, Uganda. The 24 teams, all never to have won a game in Lagos. Less than 5 minutes, there's a possibility Lesotho will be added to the list. Jamila Collins. Eteba. An opportunity for something significant, maybe. That confidence from the vice captain now, William Trustakan. That's Anaye Iwala, a player of Aimba International Football Club. The most influential, some would say, of the current Aimba setup. Iwala. To Tyron Ipuehi. It's a good dummy from Ipuehi. Good piece of skill from Anaye Iwala. Even more exciting display from Iwala. Ipuehi. 90 minutes of action played here at the Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos. The Eagles still lead by 3 well-taken goals.
You know, listening to the trumpeting of the Nigerian Football Supporters Club, you know, it's just nostalgic. It's nostalgic because I remember, you know, a dedicated tune to the likes of Kanu Nwankwo, to Augustine JJ Okocha.
It's 4 minutes of additional time displayed by the fourth official. That's the confirmation required. And good defensive play from Mutlemuelu Nkwanazi.
You know, just as I was saying earlier, you know,
Moleheng Ramalefane, the goalkeeper, will be taken off. And it's Sekohan Murian who will be asked to leave the pitch just on distance. Goalkeeper's been substituted. He's walked his socks off on the bench.
Absolutely. And at the moment you can see he's got absolutely nothing wrong in this game, but unfortunately he's considered 3 goals, and you know, maybe just time to just take a rest.
Taken, headed off the line. Still pressure. Iwala retaining possession. A good piece of play. Anaye Iwala. The confidence to strike from such a distance. It's so easy how he dispossesses the opposition with Ndidi.
Effortless. One of the reasons I mentioned earlier, he does it so professionally, minding his own business and drinking water, I suppose. Brilliant feel. But forgive me, Manuel, I just can't get ahead of myself, or rather forget the feel of listening to the trumpeting of the Nigerian supporters club, football supporters club, right there, with the tune, dedicated tunes to JJ Okocha, Kanu Nwankwo over the years. Maybe very soon Victor Osimhen or Paul Onuachu, you know, could get their own dedicated tune. But this man, talking about dedication, is very, very well dedicated to the cause. Ahmed Musa
picked up a yellow card. Lelo Honolo for turn. The last senior international win Lesotho was against Tanzania, and that was in a 2010 really African Cup of Nations qualifier. They finished third on 6 points. An entirely different opposition they face. Into the final minute of stoppage time. Brilliant interception.
You know, Super Eagles will love a clean sheet here. They will absolutely love a clean sheet.
They've kept 2 clean sheets during the qualifiers. Against Sierra Leone in Freetown, ended goalless. and the victory against Benin Republic in Port Novo. So this will be the third if it's confirmed.
Yeah, and it could be a threat to this particular clean sheet we just mentioned, Emmanuel, because Lesotho have a very a free kick in a very, very potentially dangerous, position here. But dangerous has been the Super Eagles today.
It's going to go for a fast one there. The referee saying, I'm in charge here. That's what he's saying. He's in charge, and it's going to be retaken. What is shaping up to be the last real action of this exciting fixture. They indeed will hunt to erase that clean sheet. What a posture.
Something special from here.
That's tad disappointing. If you're the manager, I'm not certain you'd be excited about how that opportunity was wasted. And did he just complaining? Not often you see that happen. It's just one of those players who rarely go hard on the referee or the opposition. He just does his job and go home.
Peacefully, with a whiff of brilliance, with the candor of a king, Wilfred Ndidi.
Well, the quest officially ends. The Eagles soar to Cameroon unbeaten. Lagos have football again, and everything seems normal even in a pandemic year. An amazing, perfect goal started in the 23rd minute, Victor Osimhen, and then came Oganekare Tebo in the 50th minute, assisted by Osimhen. Paul Onuachu, the man in form, ensuring he will also be on the score sheet with Nigeria's third. Last continental triumph for the Nigerian team came in 2013. This team is young, this team is good. Can they best the other 23 teams when the main event begins? I think they can do. A result, not a scoreline. Nigeria 3, Lesotho 0.